So we actually kind of already cheated. This Black Widow trailer came out on Monday, and on Mondays we're not able to stream because your work schedule. So we were going to stream on Tuesdays, but somebody slept all day, so we didn't get to stream it then. So neither one of us were waiting on the other one. So
No.
we've technically already watched this.
Yes.
But we want to watch it again and then kind of break it down a little bit. Now, I do have a question for you.
Go.
Do you want to pause it as we go and we talk about it?
No, because since we're watching it too independently, if I try to pause, you're going to keep on going and then we're just going to get offset. So I say we go through it and maybe talk over it a little, and then at the end we'll kind of discuss. But after watching it, this will be about the 6th time. Taskmaster is just fucking
keep your panties. Don't go crazy right now. Let's just watch it.
All right.
3, 2, 1, play.
I tell people my sister moved out west.
Give me a second, Max.
You're a science teacher.
I love this intro.
Your husband, he renovates
with her voiceover.
You're thinking about moving, but you're gonna wait until the interest rates go down.
That's not my
story. It's a legit reason.
Before I was an Avenger, I made mistakes.
I don't think she's ever looked this good before.
And a lot of enemies.
There's my cap.
His call sign's Taskmaster. He controls the Red Room. They're manipulative, fully conscious, but no choices.
I should have come back.
I wonder if she's under the
How
influence.
many others are there?
I don't know. I got a lot of things to discuss.
Oh yeah. They said they're not changing the dates, by the way.
So they never do that to anyone again.
We're family. We fight with you.
You
Wait for it.
I've always found it best.
And there's Black Panther
Spider-Man.
To look into
and
the past.
Spider-Man.
Okay, you got a plan, or shall I just stay duck and cover?
My plan was to drive us away.
Well, your plan sucks.
I actually like
Little out of
that actor.
character.
Hawkeye.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
At some point, we all have to choose. Between
I like
what
the
world
fear
wants
in
you
her
to be
eyes right there.
and who you are.
I love that.
I do too. That was awesome.
I made my choice. I'm done running.
Cap's like, can anybody throw the shield? This seems extreme, but I am loving it.
Here's what's gonna happen.
Natasha, don't slouch.
I'm not slouching.
You're going to get a back hunch.
Listen to your mother.
Oh my god, this...
Up.
All
Listen.
right, enough. All of you.
I didn't say anything. That's not fair.
Little sister. Okay, so where do you want to start?
Number one, I love how Taskmaster is in charge of the Red Room, because if he's gonna build assassins he's making them the best they can be for perfection, nobody better to be able to go off of than Taskmaster, who can memorize and mimic anybody he actually witnesses. Which in that room he was watching Iron Man 2. He knows about everybody and everything. He's been studying for a while.
Yeah,
And
been
also
studying
when you
for
said
years.
under the influence and she's strapped down, you could see a line across her. It's like a face swap. So somebody's going to be on this, and I'm excited about this. I really am. I'm so hoping they don't do a one shot with Taskmaster. I want him to continue somehow, some way in the MCU, but I doubt it, because this is prior to everything going down with Infinity War and such.
But that doesn't mean that he didn't make it out of this movie just because this happens before Infinity War. He could still make it out of this movie and maybe be in hiding or something, and then come back for a Black Widow 2 with Florence Pugh as the new Black Widow. I don't know. We'll see. I really like her. I think she looks amazing. I love every trailer we've seen so far with her in it. I love the way that she moves and fights, and even her accent is I think it sounds good. I don't have a problem with it. I think some people were talking about how they're like, what is with this, like it's off. I don't think so. I think she sounds good.
Okay.
I think Black Widow looks absolutely amazing. I don't think she's looked this good. Like this probably is the best look that she's had in every outfit that she had in there, but her hair looks the best. I think that this is they finally got Natasha right, and it's after she's dead. So that's kind of sad to see, but I think this is the best that she's looked. I heard somebody commenting, they're like, those aren't her real parents. Like, that's not her like biological dad and biological mom. Like, somebody was saying, they're like, her dad's name is Ivan, and that's not his name in the movie. And I'm like, do you guys not realize that? I'm pretty sure that they just kind of, that's not her real biological sister either. They like, those were probably the people that were in the Red Room with her. Like, that's her sister from the Red Room, and they were probably like in the same organization. They kind of just created a bond, so it's like your adoptive family.
Right.
So just wanted to make that clear. What stood out to you in the trailer?
Like I said, the first woman movie that we've had. I mean, Captain Marvel, you can say, but this is one of the original 6. Yeah. And she gets her own film, and I'm most hype about Taskmaster. So you can hate
but it shows that like they gave her an awesome villain. They didn't just
give her some piece of shit.
Exactly.
Thunderbolt Ross de-aging, and why is he? If he's hunting everybody down, because this is after a Civil War. If he's hunting everybody down, why is he focusing specifically on her? And I have a feeling this might lead into a little bit of Red Hulk situation. But Thunderbolt Ross and the Thunderbolts, I'm excited because I think this is going to open more doors in the MCU than what we are prepared for. It's not going to be a open and shut case. I think it's going to open, and then when it finishes, you're going to be like, what the fuck? And it might have, a couple little cuts, but I'm excited for Taskmaster. I'm excited for the Eternals trailer prior to it. I want to see Black Widow's story. I want to see where she actually came from, because it's been a shroud of mystery the entire time. And again, I love how they introduced him as the leader of the Red Room and the one that's training everybody.
I think it's interesting that so the Red Room originally, like, they weren't brainwashed. They still kind of had a choice, but they knew what was going on. They were in control of their bodies, and now with him taking over, he's like, no longer, you don't have free will. Like, you know what's going on, but you can't control your own body, which kind of wipes their slate clean in the fact that these Black Widows don't have to, because they don't have control, they don't actually have to have the guilt afterwards, hopefully, once they're saved. But it also stops Natasha and the rest of them from fighting 100%, because Natasha doesn't want to kill any of them, because they're not doing this out of their free will. They're victims. So it holds her back from being able to fight them hard, like full on. Like, when she's faced with like 10 of them in that room,
she could have been in that same situation.
Yeah, and she doesn't want to hurt them. She wants to save them, and it's not just trying to get them to come to their senses. It's they're literal slaves. So she wants to save them. But Taskmaster, that shot of her like backing away, because she doesn't, like, at this point, I don't know, something probably traumatic has happened in the film at this point, but the fear and this in her face in that shot where he comes up, she's probably like, shit, what do I do? Like, he knows all my moves. Yeah. Like, you have to come up with something new. So I'm excited about this. Disney has said that they're not changing the date. A lot of movies have been pushed back recently. They just announced that Fast and Furious 9, which was supposed to come out in May of this year, has been pushed back to April of next year, because they get a lot of money from their overseas box office, and they won't get that if they come out now. So I'm wondering how much that this movie is gonna hurt in the numbers, because they don't have overseas to support that overall number. Like, it's not gonna hit $1 billion now, which makes it look, when it doesn't hit $1 billion, it makes it look worse in the numbers wise compared to like Captain Marvel. Even if it's a better movie, even if it's one of the best MCU movies, it won't matter because the numbers won't show it. It's gonna do more along the lines of one of the smaller MCU movies, where she's not going to get the credit that she probably deserves because of the virus that's going around, and she's not going to get the overseas boost in numbers, or being smacked in between Infinity War and Endgame like Captain Marvel was. So I really hope that it does well, maybe because we've had such a drought with MCU movies, like we haven't had one in so long. That
we need our fix.
Yes, maybe people will actually be like, I'll risk my coronavirus. I'll go see this just because I need my Marvel fix. But I hope it does well. I hope it doesn't suffer too much. I hope that most of this is cleared up by May.